Hello, John here from the Octave Music Centre in Guelph, Ontario. Just want to give a quick demonstration this morning of how to connect this Roland CUBE Lite guitar amplifier to your iPad to use as an interface with GarageBand. If you haven't already, I'd recommend you check out our quick tutorial and demonstration of this amplifier used as a practice tool, especially in conjunction with the free Roland CUBE Jam app, which makes it a very powerful way to learn guitar parts. But as well, we can use it as an interface, so we'll get hooked up and we'll look at a couple of different ways that you can record your guitar. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is set down a rhythm part, and for that I've connected up a guitar to my CUBE Lite. I'm using the iLink cable, which is a tip ring sleeve cable that comes with the amp in order to connect it to my iPad. I've set it to the middle gain structure, which is crunch, a little bit of overdrive, that sort of thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add just an audio recorder track. So we'll just use that to give us, because I'm going to use the amp to actually give me my guitar sound. That's what I'm going to use. So let's make sure our metronome is on and our count-in is on, and I'll set down my rhythm part. I'm going to turn off my metronome and I'm going to add a drum loop. So let's take this bar band basic drum set number 1 and put that in. Okay, and now let's just have a quick listen back to how that sounds. Okay, good. So now the other track that I already had on there up at the top here, I'm going to unmute that. This is a bass track that I recorded already, and I actually did it through the CUBE Lite. Just plugged a bass in, put the clean channel on, and just made sure my gain wasn't dialed up too high or anything. And so now I've got my rhythm part, I've got a bass part, and I've got my drum loops working. So let's put those together and see what they sound like. Now let's add a little bit of a lead. So I'm going to add another channel, but this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the amps, and I'm going to switch the CUBE Lite over to a clean sound. So what I won't be able to hear at this point is the sound coming from whatever amp I pick on the iPad, but that's not going to matter, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to record a clean lead, and then we're going to be able to reamp it in GarageBand using whichever amp we like. So we can kind of, after we've gotten a clean capture, we can then experiment with the different amps and see which sound it is that we like. Okay, so let's record down now our lead part and see how that goes. And later we can edit down our drum loop to fit a little bit better. Okay, let's go back over to this screen now. So now when I play this back, what I'm going to be hearing is that clean combo. So let's hear it back just first of all by itself. So that's soloed. So if we now change this amp, switch back to our amp screen, and let's maybe switch it to something like extremely, maybe not extreme, let's just go like crunchier. Okay, and now we'll play it back. Okay, so now let's go to something like processed and weird, super flange. Take that back. So you can see that because we've created a clean capture with a clean sound from the amp, we can now reamp it afterwards during the editing process. Whereas our other capture, what we did is we utilized the crunch sound on the amp. So we got that sound ahead of time. So you can see there's two different ways to record your guitar, depending on whether or not you already have an amp that you love the sound of, or whether or not you just want to get a clean capture and then mess with it afterwards. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it back to just like clean, something clean, clean combo. I wonder what that's supposed to be. All right, and then we'll go back to our workstation screen here. We will unmute this, and basically what we'll do then is we'll listen to everything mixed together. Perfect mix, it's beautiful. Okay, not really, but after that you can then take this and import it into the full version of GarageBand, and you can tweak your EQs and your stereo field and do everything you need to do there, because it's going to be compatible with the GarageBand on your actual computer. But from the point of view of getting a quick capture, great tool obviously. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other questions regarding Roland products, you're welcome to visit us online at www.theoctavemc.com or come into our Guelph showroom. And thanks for watching.